This is a video of a different color. As many of you know, I recently started Good Job Woodcraft. And one of the things I want to do with those products, anything that I hand make that may be a substantial project or even some smaller ones, I want an accompanying video. So this is going to be the video of me making this butcher block. I got it from Steve's from Forestech Wood Products in West Union, Illinois. It's a big slab of maple. It's got live edges on both sides. I still got to get the bark off this side. But normally I have Steve plane my wood for me and he joints one side. I grabbed this one after hours when he wasn't around. So I've got to plane it myself. And I don't have a planer yet, so I'm going to have to hand plane it. Fun, fun. So here we go. May have to move my protective board thing here. That's okay. If I get any paint on it, we can sand it off later. I need a proper workbench too, if you can't tell. That's right, both sides. Oh, this one's bad. This one's the really rough side. This one's very sharp. Hi. That's our bark off. Beautiful. Beautiful grainer on that knot. It's going to be one sturdy cutting board. If I can ever get it planed down. I'll probably do the rest off camera for now and then just finish because I don't want to make this like a 20-minute video. It's only supposed to be a little 3 to 5 minute thing. So stay tuned. I switched over to my other phone so the picture's better. Who cares if someone tries to text or call me? But I've decided I'm not going to be able to hand plane that slab down. So I flipped my table. One, because the other side, if you saw, I had a bunch of paint and stuff from other projects and glue on it. And I just don't want that marring up any new stuff I'm working on. So brand new tabletop for my workbench. It's the same bench. It's just flipped over now. I designed it that way. But I've got a Amazon router flattening jig. I'm going to move over to the table now and then see if we can make this thing get squishy. Please don't mind the messy shop. I've got like 20 projects all going at once and I'm in the process of trying to rearrange down here and clean it up so it looks a little nicer. I promise my work areas were always clean. Giant hex wrench. I think about there ought to do it. We'll see. This is the only thing I use my DeWalt router for anymore. Last time I used it, I was carving grooves and stuff, so I gotta get that bit out of there. Check this guy out. 4 opposed carbide bits, 2 flat ones and 2 perpendicular ones. Is it going to storm? Thanks for telling me, sweetheart. Baby Larry, everybody. let me know it's going to storm. I believe her. That's good enough. Okay. Just barely. Okay, let's start right there. From worse than that to that. Not bad, huh? From yeah, worse than yeah, to yeah. So, on to the next part. A little more sawdust than that. That's a 6-quart container. Consider yourself held. It's got this little, I'll show you, I guess. Got this little beehole right here where the knot is that I'm trying to get down past, and once I get down past it, we'll be done. A couple more passes ought to do it, I think. Getting a disturbance from all the sawdust. And over there. Put it on this side too, though. Maxed my router up. Dare I go any lower with the bit though? Gonna have to if I want to get this flat. Well, it's about half of what it was before. It's going to be more of a cutting board than a butcher block now. I was all excited to make my first butcher block. I've made cutting boards before. That's not as fun. Butcher block sounds exotic and exciting. Not to diminish your purchase, dear friend. I'm just saying, I wanted to make a butcher block. But it's okay. It's okay that you're just getting a cutting board instead. Yeet! There's all that good, fine sawdust I was looking for, though. So that's a bonus. It's hard to keep a basement shop clean, you see. It's really not an easy task. That's the back. Probably just gonna fill that. I may go resin, but I'm thinking just plain old wood filler on this one. I want it all to be just wood. No resin on this one. And then may have to do the same thing on the face. It's got a few checks in it. But it's still beautiful. It's still beautiful. It's still usable. Just because it's got a few imperfections. The reason it can't be a nice little piece for somebody, right? it up to 220 on one side, water popping between each coat. I'll finish the last side and the edges with the regular 220, and then we'll water pop one more time before the hand sanding. Rigorous, painful, horrible hand sanding of 220. One last time to finish it off before we oil. So, this is the penultimate round of 220. It's already so smooth. That's the last of the orbital sanding. The rest will be done by hand. When I talk about water popping, you guys, this is what I'm talking about. The quick spritz with some old H2O and alcohol. I use 90%. Typically, traditionally, you're just supposed to spray with water. I'm impatient, so I put 90% isopropyl alcohol in mine at about a 1-to-1 ratio, and that helps it to evaporate faster, so I can get to freaking work on doing stuff. Sir or ma'am, I don't want to have to wait. I'm in a hurry. Wipe off the excess, just like everything else we do in this industry, be it woodworking or carpentry. Put stuff on, wipe stuff off. You realize that's like 90% of our jobs. What are you doing? You rub on, put stuff on, wipe stuff off. What are you doing? Painting? Put stuff on, wipe stuff off. What are you doing? Concrete work? Put stuff on, wipe stuff off. What are you doing? Woodworking? Put stuff on, wipe stuff off. That's all we do. That's the whole thing. You start out with wood. Put wood on, then you take a sander or a planer and you wipe wood off. That's what we do. Just take stuff and then add it and then subtract some and then we offer it to you for money. But you pay for it. God, it's so beautiful. I want to keep it. I don't want to sell it. I want it for me. It's like a freaking hologram. It's so gorgeous. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. I'm so happy that I picked this piece to go ahead and try to save. I really do love this piece. I don't want to freaking sell it. It's not fair. Well, I gotta be broke. And I make nice things for myself. Oh, it's so pretty. Whoever gets this, I envy the crap out of you. This thing is beautiful. Look at that. Look at this. This is the back. Okay, this is gonna be. Can you see this? If I hold it at a better angle, do you see what was hidden inside that little offcut piece of trash I picked up and said, no, not this one. This one's special.
Go on, boy. You'll find a better home. Somewhere they can take care of you. Where their wife will make seafood or mushrooms without complaining.
So we let this air dry. Air dry. Bottom first. And then once it is completely dry and all the whiskers have raised, I will hand sand it forever and ever and ever until my arms fall off. But it will be silky smooth when I'm done and as absolutely beautiful as it possibly can be. Fresh 220. I always do this because sometimes the sawdust makes it hard to see what the grit is once I've used them. And then this will be my pre-water popping sandpaper next time. On the next piece, this one will do that. I just do a light sand across the grain and then go back with the grain. Of course, this being centered on a huge freaking knot. There's that. Just got my injections in my right arm today, so it's been killing me. Got to use my left. Non-dominant hand. Flat dust. Tack cloth. I first hit this with some mineral oil. To recondition it a little. Ran out of mineral oil, so a little cutting board oil. It's still mineral oil, this just has citrus in it. Which is also good. Last round, I didn't film the second coat. This is actually coat 3. There's the cloth to prove it. But manufacturer's recommendation is sand with 400 grit to scuff, knock down any high spots, so I'm gonna give her a little bufferoo. Now what I've been doing is flipping the board over onto my standoffs to let it dry, but doing both sides. Since this is the final coat, I don't want to leave any indentations in the oil than I may have already done. So I'm doing the bottom and the sides first. Let those dry for at least 4 or 5 hours, if not the full 6. And then I'll flip it and do the final coat on the top, and then that'll be it. It is about 3 a.m. on Friday the 12th of June 2026. I'm gonna go to bed now. See you in the morning. 9 a.m. almost. The morning of Friday the 12th, 6 hours later. Time for the final coat. Freedom on our shirt and freedom in our belly. We're ready to rock and roll. There it is. She's all done. Please enjoy.